Welcome back, everybody. August 17th, 2021. News of the day video, now that I've got the previews done. So the previews will be posted first every day, and then we'll get into the news, unless there's something huge in the news, which today this might be considered, I don't know, is it big news? Is it not? It's something we saw coming. I remember when the Adidas jerseys came in, there were rumors that Adidas was going to permit ads on the jerseys. That was 2017. It was 4 years ago. And right away, the NHL said no. But they didn't say never. And when these jerseys were designed the way they were, with where all the patches are, there were definitely, clearly some suggestions that maybe there was ad space that was left in there. And we're now seeing that that's likely the case. It would start in 2022. What I've always heard, so for fans who want to have their themselves reassured here, I have always heard, and I haven't seen anything to change that idea, that the ads will not be on jerseys you buy at retail level. Whether that's through team stores, whether that's through any other sources. And that they would just be basically your on ice, your genuine on ice jerseys would have the ads on them, right? So, because that's, the players will be wearing them in game, but we as fans on what we buy would not have ads on our jerseys. That's been the rumor. They're also revealing that they would be 3 inches by 3.5, and it's just one ad. Each team would have one ad on the jersey. I had thought about for this video wearing one of my European jerseys, which has the ads everywhere. I didn't, but I understand people being worried about it ending up there with the National Hockey League. I don't think so. I think this is about just, trying to make up some of the difference without really ticking people off. So the helmet ads are a good example, right? At the start of the year, we were all kind of wondering what was going on, and yet, it made $100 million. The helmet ads made $100 million for the NHL, roughly. And so by the end of the year, it really wasn't a big deal. I thought some of the ads were kind of odd, that the coloring didn't match the rest of the jersey at all. But still, they were just on the helmet. It didn't really make a big difference. And I thought it was fine. So one ad on the jersey that's 3 inches by 3.5 inches, I don't think is going to make them gaudy and horrible. They're following in the NBA's footsteps. The NBA made roughly $150 million off their jersey ads that they've been selling. So, and I'm pretty sure at the retail level, there's no ads on your NBA jerseys either. So that's the plan. I would think that the NHL, if they're making $100 million off helmet ads, another $100 million off of the jersey ads, is $200 million. And during this time where economically there's been a huge downturn, this all adds up and it helps. And of course, that's money that would be split with the players. So that's $50 million to the players for the helmet ads, $50 million to the players for the jersey ads, if those add another $100 million. So it all does add up, and it sadly doesn't mean drop in ticket prices. That's always the thing that we say as fans, like, well, can they bring the ticket prices down if they're going to make that extra money? No. All right, cool, good. So yeah, I know people are going to be mad about that. It's business. I think we'll see ads on all professional sports jerseys in North America. I'm including the NFL, even though the NFL makes money hand over fist. The NFL is just a huge money maker. Ridiculous amounts of money going to NFL players, and yet when you look at the amount of money the league generates, it all lines up. MLSE has come out, Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment, and announced that if you're going to go to see anything in their building, that it will require proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test. So they've become the latest. There are a lot of places that are putting this in place. I don't have any idea about other ones that might. I've heard rumors about Vancouver and what they might do. We know Winnipeg has got a similar setup for themselves, and I would think that, yeah, we're going to see this across a lot of sports. We're going to see this with concerts. We're going to see this a lot of places. So, and again, I know, much like the ads up above, a lot of people get upset about this, but it's just that's the way it's going. Businesses are saying, if we're going to have large numbers of people in here, we're going to insist on certain protocols being in place. The Jets basically said, we want to have a full building. If we're going to have a full building, this is the only way that we believe we can make it work. So, fingers crossed that it all does work out. And yeah, so we'll see what happens there. Now, the reason I'm wearing an Ottawa jersey is Scott Sabourin has returned to Ottawa. 1-year deal, $750,000. So now Austin Matthews can once again claim to not know who he is or where he's from. And this, of course, Sabourin was with Toronto last year. Well, I mean, he didn't play every game for Toronto or anything, but he was in the Toronto Maple Leafs organization. Now he's back in Ottawa, and we'll see if he gets into any games. I think on the fourth line, I could see him playing on the fourth line, getting into at least a couple of games. We'll see where everything slots together when I get to the Ottawa part of the preview. And I'm honestly, that's one team I can't wait to get on the board and take a look at that lineup and say, you know what, this is a really good, young, fun team to watch. I don't know how many wins they're going to get, but again, once I've got their lineup on the board, it could be fun to go through who may or may not make that roster. Bill Zito was asked about his concerns that they're going into the final year of a deal with Barkov, and he answered the way that I think most GMs should. That yes, it's the last year of his deal, but we think we're going to get a deal done before training camp. In most cases, the deals that get signed before training camp, the deals that get signed during the season, the extensions that come through, those ones are usually a better deal than the ones that are last-minute signings, or especially if you're going the UFA route. If they want to get Barkov and they want to get him to a cheaper contract, talk to him now and go through what your internal cap structure is, how much you can offer him, and get it done now. And again, they've been very good about not overpaying. Barkov is a steal at his current cap hit. Huberdeau is a steal at his current cap hit as well. And what that allows Florida to do, and I'll get into Florida in the previews in a couple of days, it allows Florida to really build a good, deep roster. And it means when you have to pay $2 million to a guy in the bottom six, you have that $2 million to go, and it doesn't hurt you because the guys in your top six have taken that hit and they're making a little less than they would on the market. So, and I know people bring up the taxes, and now the taxes are different, but I really think that on top of it being different, you have to have players that buy into the idea that they're not going to make as much money on your team as they might make somewhere else, but that they'll have a better chance for success. Florida is poised for a huge breakout. The problem is, again, they haven't won a round since '96. It's been a team that has been mostly spinning its wheels throughout. They need to show that they're making those steps. Signing Barkov to a huge long-term extension, and I would think it would have to be 6 to 8 years. It would go a long way to showing, hey, Florida's for real this time. They're not going to be the dumping ground for bad contracts and bad money. They're not looking to the future. The future is now. And I think this is the kind of thing that will help keep Florida's building full, bring their attendance up to a point that where hopefully we stop hearing all the, oh, just move the team talk, because, again, they haven't had any real success for a very long time. That's going to affect attendance. So if they can have that success over a more prolonged period, I think you increase local interest, and you're going to have more casual fans that say, you know what, I've heard Florida's pretty good. I'm going to go to a game. So we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.